Hello, everyone. I hope and pray that you're doing well. Here I am at the front of the church, kind of a place where many of you see me each week. And I thought with Thanksgiving coming up, I would share one of the reasons why I'm grateful. And one of the reasons why I'm grateful is that I get to work in more places than just here at the front, at the pulpit, in front of you in public. And I get to work in more ways than just as preacher and or pastor of this congregation. Now, this is a bit of a disclaimer at the start here. I'm not trying to justify my existence today. I'm not trying to demonstrate that I'm busy or that I'm a worthy investment. Really, what I want to express is my gratitude to this church, to our church council, and then also to educate those of you that don't know about how, on behalf of our church, I'm involved kind of beyond the doors of our church. I want to think about that in terms of circles. Later this week, I'm going to be in Edmonton, where I serve on the King's University's Board of Governors. The King's University is a Christian university that was born out of the Reformed faith, and it strives to make a transformational impact in the world. And if I think about King's as kind of being, my involvement there is kind of the biggest circle, right? I usually am involved at one time or another in kind of the broadest form, and on a board in the broadest way as part of our denomination, right? So prior to being involved in the board of the King's University, I was on the board of Faith Alive, which is our denomination's publishing arm, right? So I'm involved on behalf of our church in our denomination, right? Kind of think in that big circle, right? We're much more than just ourselves, but that big circle is a denomination, ecumenically even broader, but in our denomination. But then, if you tighten that circle a little bit, I also get to be involved in our classes, right? Amongst other Christian Reformed churches in British Columbia. Recently, I finished a stint as the class's regional pastor, where I would act as pastor to other pastors. I gave that up, and then I joined the CIC, so I took on those responsibilities, which essentially is to serve as the standing committee between meetings of our classes. So that's kind of a bit smaller than the denominationally. But then if you tighten the circle even more, I'm involved locally on behalf of our church. I've been part of the Terrace Ministerial for 19 years, all 19 years that I've been here. And so I work with my colleagues, we support each other, we plan joint ministry together, we lament what life will be like for our PK children, all those kinds of things, and it's good camaraderie as well, obviously. And then, also locally, recently I joined a group working with Sharon Bannister at the Garage as we tried to help clarify what God's vision and mission is for the Garage as a community partner, right? And then over the years, I've also been involved on behalf of the church in the Terrace Church's food bank. I'm a little less involved in that right now, but I'm also grateful to see strong commitment and involvement from folks in our church as we continue to support that work. And then tightening the circle completely, I guess, is I haven't even begun to talk about the opportunities, the wonderful opportunities for ministry right here within the Terrace Christian Reform, not just publicly, upfront ministry, but also discipleship and pastoral care. And all these circles, right, and rippling out from the center, right, and they're our ministry. Together, our church and our congregation support this work that I get to be a part of and that you get to be part of. Billy Sunday once famously said, too many churches are little more than four walls and a roof. And I think it's really important to see beyond our walls. There's ministry to do here, but there's ministry that we get to be involved with beyond these walls. And so for today, I'm grateful for each of those circles beyond our walls. I'm grateful that as a church, we're part of something both local and global, and it's one of the many reasons I give thanks to God. The peace of Christ be with you all.